Am I still bullish on AMP? Much like my haircut, which I just shaved? Yes, because I do believe that AMP during the peak of this bull run could hypothetically go to the price of 20 cents. Now, some people may think I'm crazy. They may think, wow, man, haven't you seen the pullback when it comes to AMP? But keep in mind, when I first started talking about AMP, everyone thought it was trash. They thought it was caca. Then what happened? The price pumped over 6x. Then everyone thought I was a genius. Now a pullback, a discount, what I like to call it, now people are saying, wow, AMP is a joke, carayo poha. These people, they may be commenting this right now, but they better not be complaining again when AMP pumps again, because I do believe it could hypothetically happen. And these critics, they're very fickle. They FOMO when the price is pumping, but then they dump when the price is dropping. I mean, there's no longevity in that, right? FOMOing into, then just randomly panic selling later on. Carayo boha, I don't do that. What I do is I dollar cost average. So anytime I earn income, I just put aside some for my favorite projects and I just keep acquiring more and more on a consistent basis. And I just hold and I just wait for the peak of the bull run. That's it. No fancy trying to FOMO, trying to sell, trying to read the market. Some people out there, they make a video on AMP. They draw a random triangle. I don't know what they're trying to draw, their grandma's G-string or thong or ding-dong or whatever, right? And then they say, wow, you got a long, you got a short, you got a panic sell here. It's like, dude, no one cares about that. In my opinion, I focus on the fundamentals. And why would I not? You got to take this into consideration, right? AMP, it's very special. And to understand just how special it is, I think it's first important to understand its history. Because AMP, it was created by Flexa and Consensus. And Consensus, it's a blockchain development enterprise. That's what she said. Sounds very fancy. And when it comes to Flexa, it is a crypto payments company. But I think it's important to understand that both Flexa and AMP are actually two separate technologies. But besides that point, the reason why AMP was even launched in the first place was because the original Flexa coin smart contract could not be upgraded to meet the new demands that Flexa was looking for. And here's where things get cooking, much like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would say, who's, by the way, very afraid of The Undertaker, #WrestleMania. But yeah, besides that point, we take a look at how shortly before AMP was launched, Flexa launched an app called SPEDN, and SPEDN allows users to pay at thousands of merchants using various cryptocurrencies. And the special thing about Flexa, in my opinion, is the fact that unlike many crypto payment services out there that doesn't automatically convert, crypto into fiat, or should I say into whichever fiat the merchant wants, even though some don't do that, Flexa actually does that, which is very impressive in my opinion. Again, right? Crypto payments through Flexa are automatically converted into whichever fiat the merchant wants. That's how amazing Flexa is. And now with that being said, some people out there, they may be wondering, okay, what role does AMP play in all of this, right? And to explain this, I'm going to use a real life example, or should I say a hypothetical example. Let's say someone walks inside a store and they want to buy their girlfriend's boyfriend's grandma, and I'm talking about an AMP critic here, right? Lead the Captain Edition, use Bratwurst Extender and G-String. Let's say they want to do that. They want to buy that, right? And they want to use a cryptocurrency through SPEDN. Let's say when they do that, it's going to take a certain number of confirmations in order for the merchant to know that that transaction is final. And also, keep in mind that this transaction, even though the percentage of it may not be that high, there is a percentage that the transaction may fail for whatever reason. And the whatever reason I'm referring to is, let's say there's a chain halt or a hard fork, then the transaction, it's going to go off into the abyss, much like Sam Bankman-Fried and Baker Mayfield, which is a very bad NFL quarterback, in my opinion. So what is a way to combat this, right? It's by temporarily locking up a certain amount of AMP that is slightly worth more than the transaction into a special smart contract. That way, right? If the transaction fails for whatever reason, this ensures that they will still get their entire payment nonetheless. Because again, right, a certain amount of AMP is locked up quite essentially as insurance. AMP is basically acting as collateral for that transaction. And also, the reason why the amount of AMP that is slightly worth more than the transaction is locked up is because that if, let's say, the prices of cryptos, they're falling down, let's say, the market is crashing and the price is very volatile. If, let's say, that's happening, then the AMP that is locked up will be automatically sold to, again, ensure, right, that the merchant will still get their entire payment. So I think that right there is very fantastic. That's how impressive AMP is, in my opinion. Very incroyable, as they say in France, or incredible in English. And keep in mind, Flexa, it's focused on a market that has insane potential, because when you think about it, and of course, this is going to benefit AMP, but yeah, besides that point, we take a look at how the global crypto payment gateway market is expected to be worth over $90 billion by 2028. You know, that's just 4 years away at this point. $90 billion, keep in mind, it's actually no small amount. Yeah, you heard that right, because it's actually bigger than some countries' GDP, which is ridiculous, right? You got to take into consideration how this market, it's no joke, has a lot of potential. So when it comes to AMP, man, I think it's pretty much the complete package. It plays a very vital role. And when it comes to Flexa just in general, man, it's very incredible if you ask me. Focus on the right market, and I think SPEDN is very fantastic. So AMP at the price of 20 cents, I really don't see why not. I'm still very bullish on AMP despite the pullback. And keep in mind, 20 cents is actually not that ridiculous. I mean, we take into consideration how if it were to go to the price of 20 cents, at that point, market cap would be around $11 billion. I mean, that's really not that bad. You take a look at SHIB, all-time high market cap was around 40 billion. Doge was around 88 billion. Really, it's nothing too crazy, in my opinion. I don't think it's too much to ask for. At least that's the way I view it. You know, a lot of people out there, they really love XRP. But in my opinion, why be bullish on XRP if there's something like AMP? At least that's the way I take a look at it now. Of course, this is not financial advice, but XRP market cap is very high at this point. Let's face it, right? Yeah, sure, it has a lot of fans, a lot of hype. But come on, dude. When it comes to the payments market just in general, right? I really do believe that AMP is a very premier cryptocurrency because it's very underrated. The market cap is very low, in my opinion. Also, much like XLM. You know, XLM, I think it's fantastic. But come on, right? When it comes to just the space overall that they're focused on, why choose XLM, XRP if there's something like AMP? Now, of course, there's no dig on XRP and XLM holders. But again, right? Come on, man. AMP, I just think it's fantastic. Of course, not financial advice. And as of right now, right, more crypto owners than ever before, nearly 600 million, according to Crypto.com research, which is insane. Back in 2021, there was only around 300 million during the peak of that bull run. So I think this, if anything, truly puts into perspective and to scale as to just how crazy the amount of crypto owners we have right now. More institutional investors than ever before as well. So this altcoin season, the recipe for success, it could be so great. And keep in mind, Bitcoin halving event is just hours away at this point. And historically speaking, altcoins, they've reached their peak in the past, right? Anywhere between 6 to 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. So worst case scenario, we're potentially taking a look at altcoins reaching their peak 18 months after this April, which is October of next year, which is crazy, right? Best case scenario, of course, would be October of this year. But again, there's a range there. So when people are saying, wow, AMP's not at the price of 20 cents as of right now, carajo, take some time. But again, I'm dollar cost averaging because I believe in its future and I can't wait. 20 cents for AMP, I don't see why not during the peak of this bull run. I think it's that fantastic. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also on top of that, make sure to check out this very fantastic video. I think you all would really love it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.